May the whole world enjoy prosperity, happiness, and peace. May we all be blessed with good health, long life, prosperity, wisdom. Dear fellow meditators across the world, we always look forward to the Sunday evening program because on Sunday we always invite some specialist, a person who is deeply rooted in Vethathiri, to come and share their experiences and explain Maharishi's concepts. Today, we have in our midst Prof. Saminath Sekar from Bahrain, one of the Middle Eastern countries. I'll be very happy to introduce him. He's basically an engineer by profession. Energy conservation, that's been his specialization. He's an auditor, certified auditor in India, and for the last 18 years he has been working in Bahrain. And in 2005, he opened his house, the center. Anybody could come anytime, most welcome, and do meditation, do whatever they want. I mean, I've never seen such a center at all in any part of the world. So such a dedicated person. So apart from his engineering profession, he has got a master's degree in Yoga for Human Excellence. His life partner also has done MA degree in Yoga for Human Excellence. So the couple are doing great service to humanity through spreading this Vethathiri. And today is going to talk about Guru. So the right person to talk on the right subject we have. So without taking much time, all of you, I request Saminath Sekar to come and share his experiences with Guru. Thank you, sir. Please.
Be blessed by the divine power. A very good evening to everyone. And I thank Balaya for his kind introduction. And saying me is the right person. If he says so, yes, I have to agree, but he made me the right person. And I got the complete inception into the system as a teacher by Balaya, Jayanti and Sekar. I always indebted to them for giving me an opportunity in this birth to know what is birth and what is life and to attain the purpose of life. In the same token, we invoke Swamiji and the divine power to be with all of us to attain this purpose of life within this birth. So let me thank you once again for being with us in this evening session and giving me the opportunity to share my experience in the journey in Vethathiri. I just would like to refer to a great saint who lived more than 3,000 years before, Saint Tirumula refers to Guru. The clarity one would get by gazing at the sacred physique of the Guru, chanting the name, the sacred name of the Guru, listening to the sacred words of Guru, and contemplate Guru's sacred image ever. And that only can bring clarity in our life. Only with the guidance of a Guru, a human being can attain the purpose of Dharma, which is the self-realization or spiritual wisdom. Guru is one who realized totally, and one who provides his consciousness to remove one's innocence. So in Tamil, this word guru is in two parts, in two letters, Kuru. Ku refers to the darkness, its lack of knowledge about the very consciousness exists in everyone. Ru removes the darkness. One who removes the ability to provide the light and remove it. In tradition, if you see, there has been several human, and every human is equipped with intelligence, but only few had the ability to manifest it completely. So many such a spiritually awakened person dwell deep and to prefer to remain in that bliss and complete their life. There are others who wish to impart the bliss, what they realized through their experiences, to others and lead them to the spiritual path. Here we can recollect what Ramakrishna Paramahamsa said. There is a vessel at an altitude, a height, which content could not be seen, but there was also a ladder kept inclined on it. And those who were able to climb the ladder and gaze into the vessel, and they found it is filled with a sweet cave of ecstasy. And they jump into it and got submerged in it. And there are few who come out of it and share their experience, what they enjoyed over there, to others. And also they help others to climb the ladder and enjoy themselves the same ecstasy, what they tasted. So it is they who are truly the masters. There have been in tradition of the history, many such masters appeared in our earth. One such master is our Guru, Vethathiri Maharishi, whom we fondly call a spiritual father. In 1900, roughly during the time, when Newton's philosophies and postulates were almost breaking pieces, and there is a question, professors and scientists, there needs to be an alternative science. And who can give? Max Planck, one among the professors in German university, happened to witness a science magazine. On one single day, there have been 3 presentation titles. And all the 3 titles were like shaking the whole science fraternity. And then it was written the name as Albert Einstein. And there was a murmuring within Max Planck, who is this Einstein? Again, after 100 years, in 2000, roughly, history redefined, and there's a name called Vethathiri, and everyone was questioning, who is this Vethathiri? Vethathiri is a philosopher, combined science and literature, and emphasized the human life to go in which way, and wrote more than 50 plus books in Tamil and English, and poems about 1,800 in Tamil. So who is this Vethathiri Maharishi? Once he was an individual person like us, but today he is well known to the whole world. So we are connected here today all over. He is a person who orbited the sun 95 times. He touched the base of Vedas, Siddhas, philosophy, Rishis, and all religions. He realized the total consciousness by dwelling deep into the inner meditation He termed it as a simplified Kundalini Yoga for us, which we are meditating today. He realized everything that is nothing but association of atoms. He lived without anger. That's a very great, amazing for everyone. And we all have realized it through his teachings. He appreciated the greatness of women and work and emphasized the empowerment for women. And he provided many lectures in Tamil, also followed with so many literatures. And explained science in simple format and merged it carefully with philosophy so one can understand it easily. For peace in family, he provided Kundalini Yoga meditation and merged renunciation in family life so that it is not being interpreted in a wrong way. He is a guide to world peace. Once he was a part of the history, but today his whole life is a history for us and also a reference. So one who always contemplate constantly on the philosophy, science, and literature, that should manifest a new dimension. And there exists the virtues, though it evolves in an individual, that become a common asset to the humankind to develop the consciousness. This development, the continued effort of the Swamiji in his life, and Swamiji is a milestone. Swamiji's all his contemplated thoughts evolved within him, compiled and named as Vethathiri. It is his lifetime effort which is provided to the humankind, and it's a boon to humankind. Vethathiriyam paves way for world peace, such as, to name few, a world without war, one world, one religion, economic justice, and realize the cost and effect, that education. So for human life to sustain, we need this Vethathiriyam to be spread and remain as our walk of life always. It is the only way out for the world to remain in peace eternally. From Stone Age until now, Vethathiriyam is nothing but the hidden, suppressed thoughts of various revelators who wanted to come out of it to express to the whole humankind. And Vethathiriyam is the complete association of those thoughts of those people, all in one. We can enjoy eternally in Vethathiriyam about Almighty, physical body, life force, mind, soul, in a simplest form, which can be understood even by a layman. About Almighty, we all know, one manifested has been how there has been so many stories, which was coined in those times of day, but none of them were convincing us in this modern scientific era. So Swamiji have revealed and given us to come out of that load which is on our head about those stories in understanding the truth. So all this has been completely relieved by Vethathiriyam. Vethathiriyam removes all illusions and false notions, and it gave us the non-duality concept, Advaita. So which is God? He explains in a very simple way. God or Almighty is nothing but the association of the force, plenum, consciousness, and time. None has expressed it before. And that became so understandable and easy to realize that in our science today. And how that transformed from one to many. That was explained so beautifully by him from the transformation of the universe and the transformation of living being up to man. Then he explains about the relationship between us and the God. In a very simple way, if anyone realizes for every moment what we enjoy as pleasure or pain or peace or ecstasy, it's nothing but our action only. So the cause and effect, that is enough, can realize you what is and which is that Almighty of God. So always Almighty emphasizes that confidently that it is the result of your own action manifest as God. In philosophy, Vethathiri includes or combines, when in Tamil we call it Brahma with, or the preachings of Allah, the wisdom, Allah's wisdom, or Christ, the Father and Son relationship, or the Jyoti of Namli, all combined together, we could visualize and appreciate that in Vethathiri. Vethathiri always attempts to remove illusion and false notion. Wherever it exists, it attempts to do that one. Like, for example, in tradition, to realize the same God, there have been worshipping of stone in different forms and shapes, a selfish way of life, and finding the reason always outside for pleasure and pain, and trying to connect all the result to one's favor by doing many rituals. So Vethathiri removes all of this and provides us a beautiful way to live in harmony. About body, life force, and mind, he always says body as association of atoms. That will very simple. And the particle that exists in us, the very subtle state, the Akash particle, the fundamental energy particle, their circulation is only called life force. And that's a basic force for existence of every human being. And when the life force is always in existence, in motion, there exists another byproduct called a magnetic wave, which he terms it as biomagnetism. And the biomagnetism itself is a wave, which is a part of the divinity or the Almighty itself that exists here. And that it manifests as the mind also. That's why is the other end of mind is God. See, so easily we are brought to this state for which the human race have been struggling for millions of years. So mind, what is mind? The only person who revealed it categorically answered to what is mind. So mind is nothing but divine or the God that exists in a wave form, and it is in every living being. The friction between the life force particles and the pervading Almighty's pressure, which exists in all living beings, even in human. So he enlightened us so easily about the mind in a very scientific approach and educated even a layman. So by reducing since it's a wave, the frequency of the biomagnetism to a possible static state, one can realize the God, the consciousness. For that, he has given us the simplified Kundalini Yoga meditation. By doing this, all the blemishes vanish. So it is nothing but the wave to consciousness. He is providing it in the form of meditation and introspection. So this meditation introspection is like two eyes, or you can say even the wings of a bird. So they have to go and each have to complement one another. So everything is realized only in our mind. So what is realized being kept within by mind? And that mind is the space for all experiences and the birthplace for thoughts. See how easily he has given us what is thought, what is mind. So the birthplace for thought, where the mind has experienced everything. So that's why he says the thought should not be suppressed, because thought keeps coming in millions of years that we have accumulated and through the acquired experiences. About the soul, he explains, body may perish by time due to its law of nature, but soul never perishes. That is Vethathiri. So focusedly it has been said. So not only the soul is eternal, it is also expanding because man continuously committing so many actions. So it's association of the same biomagnetic experiences due to the actions committed, which keeps growing. As soul is a wave, and every wave from a person spread to the entire universe and connect to all others living beings also. So even though they function independently, they all combine together, function, and the impulse is felt by each one's action in the universe. Coming to the life, that is combining all of this what we discussed. So it has been in practice that the philosophy should be spoken only by literates or university professors. But Swamiji redefined everything, a breakthrough made, and he made the whole philosophy in a beautiful scientific approach. Even a layman can understand, an illiterate can understand, homemakers can understand, and they can also realize and speak about it, which we are today witnessing in many corners of our country. And all his poems are virgin and true. According to, I heard through recently from our Balai also, when you are conversing with Swamiji, how he is able to say anything. Swamiji always says that anything while expressing or revealing, it's in the form of poems, it's coming to me. So all his poems are just from the divine, natural. So they are virgin and true. See, the body, when you learn, we are all learned exercises and then we are practicing every day. If you notice it carefully, whatever he talks about the body, the exercises that he devised so meticulously, again, like the poem, it would have come by natural. The divine would have conveyed it. However, these simplified physical exercises combined with Kayakalpa and meditation reveals that he is a Siddha. When he talks about introspection, he's a philosopher, like rather he's a psychologist. But when he comes to the holistic life, he is a teacher of the all-pervading wisdom that exists everywhere. So lastly, when explaining about science of divinity and make us to understand what we see is as the enlightened soul of this century. Rather, is the man of wisdom provided by the divinity in this era to us. And we are all gifted and fortunate to have lived in this same era, and we have to cherish it only by practicing the exercises, meditation, Kayakalpa, and introspection eternally, so that we also purify and attain the purpose of birth in this life, as well as we are able to take it to the leaps and bounds of the earth. And I thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. What I have felt in my life, I narrated now. And I remain here to discuss on.